Hey guys, Shawn Ziem, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor, the host for the Webtalk Legends Podcast. We are on number 15, the episode number 15 on the year. We're all about providing value. Want to have those web talkers come out, share their story, tell us what they've been doing. We talk about different tips and strategies and golden nuggets. If you're afraid to get in front of the camera, now's the time to do it because it is something that once you start doing it, it brings out the best in you and you bring the best out of others, and you just continue to bring value. So if you're interested in being involved with this podcast, reach out to me. I would love to have you, feature you, get you in front, and make things happen because it's all about providing that value consistently. Let me bring on a good friend of mine. I know him for a while now. I want him to introduce himself, and we're going to get things rocking and rolling. Let me bring on Mike Randazzo. What's up, man? How are you?
I'm great. How you doing, Shawn?
Doing fantastic. I appreciate you jumping on with me today, and we're going to
No
have
problem.
lots of fun, man. This is going to be fantastic. Can you give us an introduction of who you are and what you do?
Sure. Well, I'm Mike Randazzo, the man with the mortgage plan. So that's me. Okay. Patented it. The logo is all mine. So I've been doing mortgages now successfully 17 years. I specialize in purchase, refinance, reverse mortgage. I'm licensed in New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, and Florida. But my company can do about 38 states, so I can do other states. There's a few in the Midwest we don't do, but we have all the big main ones. I can put them through my corporate office, and I'll still be added as a loan assistant, so I still have full control over it. So, I like to grill. I like sports. I like music. Into all different martial arts. I trained in 6 different styles over my years.
Hey, dude, let's get into that, man. I want to know what gets people into martial arts. Let's get into that, man, because I appreciate you sharing that, and we're going to go into the grilling and go into the other, passions that you have.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go into martial arts. What got you involved with that?
My dad used to take me. He really wasn't off much when growing up. So, once every month and a half, he'd leave work a little early, and he would always take me to see a karate movie or a Chuck Norris movie or whatever. So we go to the drive-in or the movie theater. And so since I was a kid, I always loved wrestling and martial arts. So I first wanted to be a wrestler, and I actually went to the ECW wrestling school for a little while. The guy Taz was training me for a while. And then I was like, you know what? I like UFC too, and I've been doing all these martial arts. Maybe I should try that. The thing with that is you have to have a sponsor. It's too hard to go have a full-time job and then train all the time because you're going to be like hobbling around.
Right.
So that was my thing. And I followed that for a while, but it just was too much and I needed to make money. So that's why I didn't stay with that.
No, it's something that you do it when you can. Is it any discipline that you liked more? Jiu-jitsu, karate, anything
Muay
like
Thai
that?
is my favorite.
What
Muay
exactly is that? What is Muay Thai?
Muay Thai is the art of 8 limbs. What it means is, you have boxing is just your hands.
Right.
Kickboxing is your feet. You can kick and you can punch, and some elbows. Muay Thai uses knees, elbows, kicks, punches, everything. So that's why they call it the art of 8 limbs.
Interesting.
If you combine that with jiu-jitsu, it's almost unbeatable because you got the ground covered and you got Bruce Lee, a lot of his stuff he took from Muay Thai because the stances are strong. It's not real fancy. It's just very powerful because the knees and elbows will really do some, pardon my French, fucking damage. You know what I mean? So
you got it. Hey, when you're fighting, and if it's in a game or if it's actually real life, you need to have that damage. It has to happen, right?
Yeah. I do love Shotokan karate as well. That was one of my other favorites.
That's awesome, man. It's something that takes a lot of discipline. And one of my best friends has a jiu-jitsu academy in Warwick, New York, and he's doing fantastic. He does it, lives it, breathes it every day, trains, is in the it's sweat. You sweat like crazy in the trainings all day long. So it's fantastic though. Yeah. Now, what were you like in high school? What was Mike Randazzo back then?
So Mike Randazzo in high school was trying to find his way. So I was really big into sports growing up, baseball, soccer, whatever. But as I got into puberty, I started putting weight on because I found Nintendo. So I started not running as much and playing outside. I started playing Nintendo. So I put weight on, and I was still playing soccer and baseball, but I just didn't have the same wins. So I was like, yeah, whatever. So puberty hit me like the end of 7th grade, going to the 8th to like 10th grade. And between that period, I was readjusting, finding who I am. So I didn't know who I fit in with. You know what I mean? I was very popular younger, and then I still had a lot of friends, but it wasn't at the same level. So I kind of was like, I wasn't like a jock, but I wasn't a geek. I wasn't a Mr. Cool. I was like friends with everybody, So I had a lot of people that I was acquainted with, but I didn't really have one distinction of he's that or that or that, And then junior and senior year, I started getting my confidence, started working out. So then I started going to the gym around that time, but I started martial arts in 7th grade, and I had that all the time going, but I after a while I would never get to black belt because I would get bored. I would go, I get like almost near the end, do something else. I wanted to, so that's why I mix them all together.
Right.
So I say, what? That's why I consider myself a bad man. You know what I mean? So
I want to pause for a second. I see a bunch of people popping in. I think shared some of them on the screen. We have Deanna with us. We have Scott Gerard, the CEO of Webtalk Legends, with us. William Caldwell. We appreciate each and every one of you for spending some time with us. If you have agreements, disagreements, if you have some questions for us, drop them in the comments. If you're afraid to drop a comment, at least put #live or #replay on the replay. We would love that. That helps our algorithm and gets our reach to have more content for other people. So now with the martial arts, with the getting to do and knowing everybody in high school, how has that prepared you as far as life? Is there any mentors you had back then that you really leaned on back then?
Yeah, that's a good question. My mom always was like had my back. My dad, I didn't see a lot, and I always did everything that he didn't like. So, I was always the black sheep. You know what I mean? My sisters, I'm the one that like paved the way, but then they got away with murder. So I had to go through all this, you know what I mean? But to be honest, I was very shy, and that I never thought I could do something like this. I remember when after high school, I went to college and I was signed up for a speech class, and I dropped out when I found out I had to give a speech in front of everybody. I was like, no, I got to get out of here. I was just shy. So actually then I was in the restaurant business. So while I was in the restaurant business, I was like a cook, and then I was bus boy. I did everything. So when I started doing some bartending and then waiting on some tables too, that helped me like actually learn how to talk to people, like outside of friends and acquaintances.
Yeah.
I was very shy. Even women, I was like, they would say something like a compliment, I didn't know how to take it, but it was also because during the time when I went from like a lot of girlfriends growing up, and then during the time of puberty, it was like, I felt like, I'm ugly now, you know what I mean? So I didn't have any confidence. And then as I started working out and things changed and I started noticing more attention, and then learned how to converse with other people. And then my confidence got much better. You know what I mean?
No, I appreciate
speak and grow and all that stuff.
That's important to be vulnerable. You're sharing some great things, but you're learning. You learned from the experiences that you were in. A lot of people think, oh, I'm doing certain jobs and they're meaningless. Right. Even though every single job that we do, it helps with you with skills for the future. You don't realize it. As you just said, like you had difficulty, in college, you got out of a speech class, but now you're on a live podcast. This is, look at the growth you've had without having the training, right?
Yeah. Well, even I've been the best man at the wedding twice, and I was terrified about the speeches. And neither time did I write it down. I just had a couple shots, let it fly. But they came out good, So I don't know. I just I have to be relaxed when I'm uptight. It's just like one of those things. Like the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And as I go now, I want everyone to know what I do. That's why I use all my social media. It's free advertising.
Yes.
They get tired of seeing me here and there, but you won't forget me. So I'll be persistent, but not annoying. That's what I tell them.
And
So
hey, even if we are annoying, they can go somewhere else because we're using social media
right.
to build a business as well. So
Yeah.
that's what people don't realize. I like to share as much as possible life, business, motivation, inspiration, things like that will help others.
Yeah.
But people are afraid to, oh, I don't want to put too much out there.
Right.
Or they are a secret person. They have
Yeah, they
everything
act like they're like
private,
a
right?
fantasy world. They don't tell nothing. You don't know what's going on. I'm kind of like in the middle. My Facebook is one way. My Instagram, I have a private one, and then I have my business one. My private one, I have, sometimes I may have some little bit more crazy or posts. Not crazy, but
Yeah.
the other one's a little more whatever. But I noticed if you engage like with different stuff, not just business, you get more people liking your stuff and commenting and posting and sharing. Because I see some people struggle because all they do is they put the same thing up every day about like
Yes.
work. Because then it's like Woody Woodpecker, ding.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, all right, I saw it. You're a realtor. Yeah, you know what I mean? But you have to mix in some fun stuff, some inspiration, like you said, stuff like that, stuff that people can relate to. Because if no one's buying a house or something or not related to your field, after a while they don't care until they need you. Like, oh
Exactly.
yeah, that's great. That's great.
You want to build, you have to build trust with people. And I see Rick jumping in and Margarita, thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, everyone.
It's building trust takes time. Doing video, doing podcasts are important. I just did a video the other day about the tips on doing and getting involved with podcasts because it is a powerful tool to spread knowledge, spread value, and not just talk about business that we're specifically in. That's why I go by the connection machine, because I want to help other people, and then it comes back. Now, you are the man with the mortgage plan. Tell us about that. How'd you come up with this?
It's kind of funny. Since I love wrestling, also, Ric Flair always had these catch lines. To be the man, you got to beat the man. Woo! So I stole that from him. But I was like, I put it together. And then there's a rap song, Eric B. and Rakim. It's what's the name of that? Man, thinking of a master plan.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but sweating inside my hand. Anyway, so I took those two, and I just one day I was walking around, I was making a video, and then at the end I said, "The man with the mortgage plan," and I was like, "Wow, there it is." So that's I had it for like 2 years now, but just started making the merchandise.
Hey, it's all about wearing being very, very, comfortable in your brand and not being ashamed of it. You have to wear it chest out, go out in public, because what happens, people see it consistently and they're going to ask you questions.
Right.
And maybe they're not looking to buy a house right now. In your case, they're not looking to get on a podcast with me, but it's an opportunity to have a conversation when you wear your brand. But there's people that don't, and they're afraid to wear the brand, or they don't understand the importance of a personal brand. You go by a mortgage, originator, maybe on your business card, or a loan officer. But if you, and I'm sure you have it on your card now, man with a mortgage plan, that's catchy.
Right.
People remember that stuff instead of, a mortgage originator, loan officer, etc.
Yeah. Well, that's also why I tell people, like, put your picture on the card, because you know how many cards I get, and I don't remember who they are. But if I see the picture, now it makes sense. Because I'll go to a network thing and get 50 cards. I only remember the ones with like 20 pictures on them, just because I can match up the name with the person I actually met, not just here's the card. I don't, and they don't tell you nothing about them.
Here's value for those that are going to networking events. Go out and take a selfie with whoever you're with. You have their name, you have their phone number. Now you have a picture in their phone. Send them a text. Now you'll always have and know what they look like when you see them later on another time. So that's a key thing to make sure you are always connecting with other individuals. You're talking about grilling and a cook early on. What are some things you like to really rock out on that grill, man?
I like to make handmade burgers, barbecue chicken, sausage, some porterhouse. Once in a while, some kebabs. Once in a while, we'll do some ribs. Stuff
What
like that.
talk about ribs.
Yeah.
What's something that you do special for your ribs? If you can give us a little inside.
Oh, I like to cook them a little. I wish I had a smoker. I don't have a smoker. My friend Alan has one. He's actually listening right now.
Awesome. What's up, Alan?
What's up, Alan? Anyway, so I like to dry rub them and then put them in the oven for a while and then finish them on the grill. But then I make my own barbecue sauce with I use Sweet Baby Ray's, but then I put spicy brown mustard. I put a little bit of brown sugar, a little honey, a little Worcestershire, and mix all that up, and then some seasonings, and it comes out really good. Caramelizes on there. It's good stuff.
No, I enjoy barbecuing, grilling, whatever people call it. Yeah. I appreciate that time. Take some time to do, and also if you have a big gathering of people, you got to make sure you're cooking the stuff right, because you don't want anyone getting sick, right?
I'll throw them out. That's it. You complain about the food, get out. No, it's good. The food's always good. Remember that.
You got to have the ribs for sure. Oh, Alan even said that, the best ribs. So you definitely have a raving fan right there with Alan. So I don't have a smoker. I know a couple friends that have them. It's something that takes some time. I was trying to grill the other day and it was nice out, and all of a sudden it started pouring. And I'm like, damn. I'm still out here. I don't care.
Yeah, that's it. My grill's right by the kitchen, so I can do it all year round. Love it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, when are you one that shows up when someone says you show up at like noon for a meeting? Are you one that shows up exactly at noon? Are you early or are you late?
I would say I'm usually about 5 minutes early.
Why do you do that?
I get there. Sometimes I get there right at the time if it's far, because sometimes the GPS doesn't tell me that there's a 20-minute traffic jam until you get close. So I usually try to get there at least 5-10 minutes early, but once in a while, I get there like right at the time. But most of the time, I'm the one waiting for the other person.
Yeah, I actually enjoy that. I don't like the ones that are always late. And I know some of you are watching. You're late to some of your appointments, to your meetings and things like that. But I'm always there early. And it's something I pride myself so I can prepare. I can get myself in the right mindset. How is music used in your world? Are you into music? Is that something that gets you into a certain mindset, etc.?
Yeah, I love music. I have, when I get in the office in the morning, I turn on my computer, I make my coffee, and I put on an 80s shuffle playlist. And it just is in the background, and it's like 350 songs, and that just keeps me mellow, But then when I'm in the gym, it could be like Metallica, or it could be some hard, old school rap or whatever. Something that gets me going. But I like R&B, I like reggae, I like 70s, I like everything. So I have like party mixes where you will hear everything, because then I just let it play when everyone's hanging out.
Right.
So yeah, I love music. I still make CDs once in a while.
A CD
has a CD player, 6-disc changer. I was excited about that. So, yeah.
It doesn't happen anymore. There's a lot of cars.
It's all if you don't have that connection for the Bluetooth, you're in trouble.
I remember, man, this is dating me. Like you would put a tape in the tape deck, and it would have the wire, and it would either go into your CD or your Walkman or whatever that would actually play. Yeah. Those are the things that it's so funny how technology has grown. It's exploding. Every car now. They're pushing electric cars. And I know there's others in other countries right now watching. Are electric cars something that you would be going down that path? And do you have an electric car now?
No, gasoline all the way. Electric would have to be like 75% of the people have them. And now, all right, I guess I got one. Yes, I am. CDs.
Deanna's like,
CDs were good because you could just throw on your own mix, pop them in, get the changer going, and just let it, whatever. And then you hear different songs for a while. Where now you got to play with the radio, you got to put on your mix, whatever. I like it too. But so I have my two different cars. The one has a CD player and the Sirius and the radio, and then the other one has Bluetooth and Sirius or whatever. But I like having the two different options.
No, and here's another thing. Do you remember like taping or recording with with those decks with the radio, and you'd always get ready. You had the music coming on, you hit record, and all of a sudden there was a freaking commercial. You're like, damn, we're gonna do
or
this
the
one
thing
over.
gets eaten, and then you're like, oh.
So it's no one has anyone they don't know what we're talking about right now. They're very, very young, and it's something that they'll never see some of the struggles that we had when we were younger.
Yeah.
Deanna says she used to make them when she was a kid.
Yeah.
Hey, we're still making them. As Mike's still doing them, right?
That's it. Yep.
No, it's something
I got a whole thing right here. I got blank CDs that I make mixes with.
You go into Best Buy and they're like, wait, what do you want? CDs for what? Oh, I'm gonna burn some CDs. Like people are still doing that. Like, yeah, some people do.
I had the DVD burner too.
Do you really?
So I could. Well, I don't have it anymore, but I used to have one, so I could make my own DVDs. Like take whatever's on, cable and burn it, so I'd have it on CD.
Alan's Napster.
And then you had LimeWire, FrostWire, all that stuff.
Right. It's just crazy in how things are going as far as the communications that we have. Right. We have, Webtalk, we have Facebook, Instagram. Some have algorithms, some don't have an algorithm. Like on Webtalk, so we have to create our own and make sure that we're putting good content out there. Why did you get involved with doing video? I know you're doing some video and you use a punching bag sometimes. Going back to martial arts, right?
Yeah. People were telling me like I got to start making videos, so I was like, all right, because I have all those memes, and they were like, you got to make videos. That's the new stuff. So I started doing videos, and then recently I just got on TikTok because of that too.
Did you really? You're on TikTok before me? Damn.
Oh, you don't have one?
I didn't get in there yet.
Yeah, I've only had it for about a month and a half, so I'm pretty infant with that. But it's okay. It's hard to maneuver though. It's like all it does is show you all these things, and you'll just be like, open it up, and then so loud, like, I'll be in the office and I'll just put it on for a second, and I'll say, let's see, because I'll upload something and I want to go see how it came out, and then boom, you got this lady to the dog running across, but it's so loud. It's just like if you have your speakers on, it'll scare people in your other offices. That's how loud it is. It's like, whoa. So,
no, Deanna's really engaging now. TikTok is awesome, so fun. I know it's all about your niches. It's like whatever you're interested in doing, that's how that works. It'll pull all these different videos and that will go into, but you also have a lot of reach. That's what I think I'm going to have to get involved with it. I know Rick just says TikTok for silver and gold solutions. Yeah, guys, if you have a TikTok, drop it in the comments. If you have a website, drop it in the comments. Let's use this time to network as well with those that we're engaging with. So we appreciate that. So TikTok, this other platforms like YouTube, I use all the time. If you're not using the YouTube channel, it's something that is powerful, gives you more reach, and it's something that it's all continuously being value. That's what I've found over this course of I've been doing videos since 2018.
Yeah, you were like one of the first ones I remember.
And it's just something that and I consistently do it. And it's funny. People start doing things and then they stop. It takes some time. Yeah, no shit. It takes a lot of time. Yeah. And sometimes you're doing things for free to get to a point, but you have to do that.
Yeah. So I go to the gym. So I've been going to the gym a long time, and I would always bring a new friend. He'd sign up, go for like 2 or 3 months. No, he's gone. Next one. Same thing. And then I'm like, and they keep paying. And then they're like, oh, it's in collections, blah, 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 whatever. I got to keep going,
Everyone complains about what they look like on they're not losing weight. They're not being consistent. That's the biggest problem.
Yeah. You got your workout thing too going.
Right. I love it, man. Like every day I used to try to do it in the morning. I like doing it in the morning, but now I have young kids now. So that changed my whole outlook of how to get things done. So my thing is I'm going to tire my kids out, let them fall asleep. And then I have, like we're doing right now, they're upstairs, they're out cold. I can get my workout in I get my podcast or my show. That's what I try to schedule in my day because I think health is wealth.
Definitely. You gotta, if I didn't go to the gym and hit the bags, I probably would have done some bad things.
Look, it helps. It's not all about physical health. A lot of people think, oh, you just work out just to get yourself in shape. It actually is a mental health. It's a huge thing. And we have a problem. We have a pandemic as far as mental health in the U.S. I don't know how it is in the other countries that are watching. How is mental health? Is it something that's very, very serious? Because in the U.S., it's serious. People don't want to talk about it. They just like to keep it all in,
It's
and
the
then
elephant
all
in the
hell
room.
breaks loose.
Yeah, I agree. It's
And
the elephant in the room that people don't want to talk about. They're too embarrassed. But it's
yes,
definitely a big problem, and it's worse and worse.
but going to the gym, getting that workout in, getting the endorphins going makes you feel great.
Now, let me ask you a question. If I want to get some
Yeah.
of that information about your stuff, how do I get that? Maybe I can start doing that sometimes too.
Well, what I do is I work with Beachbody, and Beachbody is an online workout at home.
Right.
You can do stuff with. I have adjustable weight dumbbells.
Right.
I have bands. I have this body weight. There's some phenomenal boxing that's called 10 rounds. It's a 6-week program.
Yeah.
You shadow box. They you go through all of them. They
Right.
have you do movement as far as if you were in the gym.
Right.
In a space that you only need about a 5-foot space in apartments. I did it in the garage, in my basement, in the living room, and you press play, and you have over 1,500 workout programs to be able to do it, and it's good. I enjoy it. I will never go to a gym again. I don't have time.
No,
you have to drive.
I force myself to go now in the morning.
Right.
So I roll out of bed, jump in the shower, take out the dog, and I go. Half asleep, but at least I get it done and over with.
Yeah.
When I was going after work, it was always so crowded. And then because of COVID, I'm like, man, there's a lot of people in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for 2 years, I had to wear the mask. And I just stopped wearing it about 3 months ago. But still, the morning is so much less people that I kind of like that.
Yeah. Rick, P90X is what, Beachbody started many years ago, about 15 years ago. I'm actually they have a P90X, which is like an hour workout for like 90 days. So you have a program every single day. It's already laid out for you. Press play. This is the day 1, day 2, etc. I'm doing it's called P90X3. It's a 30-minute workout. It's 90 days. So I have different segments. And I've been doing yoga. I've done Pilates.
I tried that. The P90X, the yoga. Oh,
holy shit!
That was the hardest thing I ever did. Probably.
The girls do yoga. Or you just go to yoga to check out the girls. And no, I did yoga at home, and I'm just like, this stuff is for real. Yeah. Like, because you're balancing, you're breathing. Yeah. There's lots of flexibility. It's powerful stuff.
It is.
Deanna misses the gym. I appreciate you, Margarita.
Thank you.
Oh, look at P90X with Tony Horton for 2 years now, just the original. Yeah, there's many varieties now. There's yoga, the Pilates, etc. It's definitely tough, and it's definitely something that I hope more people get involved with, getting themselves in shape, because it helps everything. Your confidence. It goes back to your health with any pandemics that we might have in the future. Gets you in the right frame of mind for your mental health, because it's happening. And I know we were talking before we went live. Do you have any kids yet, Mike?
No.
I'm having my
2 turtles. That's it.
What is it? Turtles and what?
Two turtles and a dog.
That's your babies.
That's it.
I have another one on the way. And you have a pet. You're a pet dad, right? So you have pets. I got my girls.
And I got a lot of nieces and one nephew too.
You're one of those awesome uncles. So it's something that you have to be a mentor for them. And I have one on the way. And it's been something that I'm super excited, because it's more of it adds to my why. I want to end on this. Like the why, no matter what you do in life, is the most powerful thing. Once you figure out your why, that makes you get up every single day to crush whatever you're doing. That's what I like to do. All my social media stuff, my insurance stuff. I teach for a living. People are like, wait, what? I'm like, I do things because I love doing it. Yeah. Let's end on, what are your whys, Mike?
What are my whys? My whys are, I don't ever want to struggle again. Why? Because I went through that. I've gone through where, even in this business, I've been in it a long time. There's been times where in 08 and all that, 11 was really hard. So I always had other jobs, up until about 5-6 years ago. I was always, when it got slow, and I've only been doing purchases consistently about 7 or 8 years. Before that was only refis. I used to have to be in the office 12 hours a day and Saturday. So it was a long day, and I had to have a side job. So I always had to figure out ways to make money on the side because real estate can go up and down.
Yeah.
I did security, did landscaping, I did restaurant. Basically, my motto was whatever it takes.
I like that. Yeah. That's really something that people are get too prideful. They have a job, they lose a job. They're like, oh, I need to get the same kind of job. No, just get a freaking job, get some money coming in, get your confidence back and get things rolling. If you got to do 2-3 jobs, you do 2 or 3 jobs. That's just how it happens. And some people, I mean, they lost jobs because of COVID and everything else. But now look at all the businesses that started because of it, because now they have a new why. They figured out what their goals are for the future, and they're just all about crushing it. Mike, man, this is a powerful, powerful podcast. I appreciate you joining us today. We had a bunch of you on. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please, please, please share this to your networks, to your groups, to your family members, to any friends that could benefit from our conversation today. I appreciate every single one of you. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe and check out any of the older, past podcasts. Deanna was one of them, and any of the future ones that are coming. So we're doing one once a week, Wednesdays, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Scott Gerard, you're the man. I know he's been on here. But I appreciate you, Mike. We appreciate every one of you. We hope you all have an awesome rest of your day.
All right. Thank you. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Alan, the father to be, thanks for tuning in. All right.